Tap in, my people, tap in. Good night, good night, good night. Welcome to the live. Hit that like button once you're here. Say good night in the chat. And if you're here and you have family or friends that have school age children, I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. Just share this with them, please. Just share it with them. If you have family or family members or friends that have school age children, especially those in like secondary school, 13, 14, 17, just share this with them, please. Let's have a discussion tonight, because this is not, I don't know, this is strange to me somewhat. Hit the like button when you come in, guys, and share this with a family member or a friend. Say hello in the chat. We'll be interacting tonight. I don't want to be doing all the talking, please. If you have family members or friends that have school age children, share this with them, please. Especially like teenagers. We're gonna start in a minute. We're just cooking some food here tonight. We're making some dinner. We're gonna do some vegetables with some chickpeas and tofu. Hey sis. Girl, just share this video with any family member or friend that you know have school age children, especially teenagers, because this is wild. Well, we had some tofu here. Hi there, Hamoudi, 678. It's not extra firm, but I'm gonna be using it still. Just gonna use a couple of pieces. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna use. Put the rest back up. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start. I'm just cooking dinner and I decided I'm just gonna talk about this. I saw a video earlier and I'm originally from the Caribbean. I was born in Guyana, spent some time a lot of time in Montserrat, spent some time in Trinidad. So have family in Barbados, in Grenada, Trinidad, and other Caribbean islands. I have friends, I have colleagues, I have other family members that have children that goes to school. I have nieces, I have nephews. Some as young as they're not even talking yet. So they at some point or the other will have to attend school. And I saw a video today, I think it's out of Trinidad, where there was this one young lady standing up in a classroom, and there was probably initially about three or four other young ladies standing around her. And she was just there on her own, basically defenseless. She appeared to be scared because I don't know what transpired before that, but based on what happened next, I don't think there's nothing in the world that could have caused or provoked these four young ladies, and then I think a fifth one stepped in after, to just attack this one young lady that was standing there all alone in the corner, defenseless, while there were other students in the classroom beating her down to the ground and kicking her, first cuffing her amongst her, well, in her head, face, torso area, and then kicking her while she was down on the ground in the classroom for roughly, let's say, maybe 10-20 seconds before felt, well, let's say about 10 seconds before another classmate actually stepped in and started like pulling at least one or two of them away. When and how did it get to that point? When did children realize or came to the conclusion or believe within themselves that it was okay to just gang up on another young lady and just attack her in that manner? I don't get it. I'm confused. I don't have children of my own. That is part of me, came out of me, and that boiled me up so much this afternoon. How, as a parent, do you prepare yourself even to look at something like that where your child was just attacked, brutally attacked by 3 or 4 or 5 other young ladies? Clearly, maybe it's of her own class, age, etc., because they all look basically about the same size and stuff. How do you, as a parent, prepare to deal with something like that? I don't get it. Somebody help me out. How do you prepare your child to deal with something like that in an instance? If that is supposed to happen, or if that happens to them here or there. That boiled me up. That hurt me, and that's not my child. So I can imagine what that parent of that young lady must be thinking or going through, having to deal with mentally, emotionally, and having to deal with that. And having to deal with your child being brutally attacked by other young ladies around her age class. Where did the violence become acceptable like that? I know, at least for me, when I went to school, you get upset with somebody, you might say 2 words or whatever, but when did it become okay that 4 or 5 persons can just attack another one, clearly defenseless because they have her backed in a corner already before they started punching and kicking at her? How? Help me understand. How do you deal with that as a parent, and then how do you deal with your child having her, or maybe him, go through an ordeal like that? I've seen that a lot, and girl, I can't comprehend. I can't comprehend. I am lost for words. That is not my child. That is not my child. And I could feel, it's like a whole range of emotions went through me today when I saw that video. I don't know. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to finish, but how, why, when did this become acceptable? I don't get it. As a parent, how do you deal with a situation like that, having your child go through that and having to deal with your child, and then you have to deal with that, probably be the strong one or the better one or what? Because at this point, I have conflicting feelings as to what, if I was that parent, what would have been the outcome? So, I don't know. I need some advice, something, anything, please. Because I'm lost for words. I don't know. I'm not sure. When did that become acceptable? Where did children see or hear or feel, believe, garnered in their mind that you can just punch and kick at an individual head? The child was literally on the floor crying, bawling after they attacked her. I don't know, how do we process that? How do you move forward from that? Wasn't school supposed to be a place that you go to learn? And then I heard, like, some people were commenting in the comment section saying that some other parent, apparently her child was being bullied and she dressed up as a student and went into the school to meet with the bullies. I don't know how that played out. I haven't seen that one yet. I just saw the responses in the comments section of that video, so I'm not sure how that played out. I guess the mom was arrested or something for impersonating a student or something. I don't know. I'll have to probably go look for that. Because I'm confused. I need some help to process this. I need some help to process it. Somebody, anybody help me. I ain't even turn on my stove and I'm going to throw the oil. I don't know. Are they watching too much television? I don't know. Too much crime movies, crime shows, playing video games. What? How did we get here that you just believe that you can just attack a fellow student? 4 or 5 of you at that on one. I went to school and I've never experienced, at least, especially among females. Especially among females. I remember guys fighting while I went to school not so long ago. But girls like that just ganging up on others in that way. I mean, you might fire a punch or something, you fight, but that is so brutal. I don't get it. I don't get it. I need some help understanding that. I need some help understanding that. That's crazy. That is crazy. I have 2 different curry because this one is milder than the other one, so I'm just gonna mix it because the other one is extremely hot. This is in the curry powder out of Guyana. If you want to come out of the packet. And then we have our garam masala. Oh, I didn't take the jeera out. I need to put this in a jar. Because only when I come to cook this, I just remember. And this is the indie jeera I'm going to add to that. I already put some masala. I don't know, as a parent, how do you navigate your child being bullied and physically attacked by other classmates. The child was literally on the floor and they keep kicking her, stomping on her. And she was just there helpless until her classmates attended to her. Well, assisted her by pulling the others away. How do you deal with that as a parent? And having to deal with your child after that. That child could be brutally, badly injured. Badly injured. And they get to go home and sleep at night comfortable with their parents? How do we navigate that? I don't know. How do we move forward from that? I don't know how. I don't know about nobody else, but advantage, children, that is crazy. That is ridiculous. I don't know why that is sounding like that. Should I put you guys on the other side? I think I could. Our oil is hot. Just ease it off a little bit. Because you're smoking. So we just have our aromatic saute in there. And the light was on. Alright, yes. What is the menu? Okay, this not opening. I have chana and tofu and or chickpea and tofu with some sauteed vegetables. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The bottom. Dropping this for some frozen vegetables. Turn that fire down to medium low. Yes, my peoples. What's cracking? That was just my concern this afternoon. But nobody with children has told me. Sorry. Nobody has told me what do we do from there, where do we go, how do we deal with that. I'm still concerned as to how do we navigate the way forward as a parent and as a child. Being assaulted in that manner. Where do you go from there? Let me get some tea. Ooh! Almost spilled it. This is just some ginger tea that I've been drinking all day. All day almost. Ooh, that's hot. Alrighty. Who's online? Say something. Say hello, good night, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 3 persons are looking. Who are those 3 persons? Good evening. How was your day? What's for dinner? Bruh. Nobody saying anything? You guys just watching me cook? And vent about the child that got beat up? Okay. Okay, I think I can turn off this curry just about now. It appears to be just about finished. Vegetables are there. You guys look twisted. Phone is twisted a bit. Okay, fix that. Fix that, fix that. Don't want that to dry down anymore. Turn off the fire and shift it from the heat. See what our veggies are saying. That's what you're working with. gonna give it 2 more minutes. See what's cracking with that tornado fork. Okay. What's cooking, people? What's cooking? What's up? Nobody's saying anything. Yeah. Like I said earlier, that video just disturbed me a lot. And that is not my child or any relative of mine. So I'm not sure how parents and children navigate those things. I guess you wouldn't have an idea until, or not until, but unless you are exposed or you experience something of that nature, because that is wild. That is wild. Wild, wild, wild. I'm not sure what I would do in a situation like that, and I don't want to find out. Definitely don't want to find out. I don't want to find out at all, at all, at all. But I know for sure that can never be a good feeling for parent or for child. Not for parent, not for child. That can't be a good situation to be in at all, at all, at all. And when you see children experience those things, you find a lot of them due to pressure and all embarrassment, like why nobody like me and all these things. Children on a life themselves. And that's a serious, serious concern. Why can't kids just be kids? Bullying is on a different level now. On a whole different level. How can you just see somebody and not like them? Sometimes people didn't even do anything to you and you just decide, okay, you're going to be mean, you're going to be wicked, you're going to be vindictive, and just do people things just like that. I definitely have an issue processing things like that. It makes you question, well, makes me question a lot of things. It's like when it's not one thing, it's something else. Just the other day, a young lady in Trinidad, I think, was found hanging by the neck. Some of us will never know the reason behind these things. We would never know. I know I had a cousin some years back. Don't know what he was going through because we weren't close. I met him on one occasion thereabout when I went to the US for a couple of months when I was much, much younger. And his brother walked in and found him hanging. Nobody knows why. Well, I don't know why. Nobody in the family said why, but people are going through a lot of things. I mean, and as a child, she can't be more than maybe 14 to have fellow classmates just gang up on you like that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't condone violence in any form. In any form or any fashion. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. And for girls, young ladies, to be brawling out like that, that's on a different level, man. That is on a different level. That is on a different level. So I don't know. And I know it's not just a Caribbean thing. It's all over the world, so is it the homes that these children are coming from? Is it, I don't know. Is it the movies that they're watching? Video games? Where and how did that become acceptable? For you to just look at another human being and decide, okay, you're going to punch them until they're on the ground and then kick them all over their body and in their head continuously until somebody has to basically stop you from doing so. And some of these parents gonna swear down for the children, oh, not me daughter, not me son, but yes, your daughter, and yes, your son. Yes, your daughter, and yes, your son. Mm-hmm. What is that parent supposed to do now? Because clearly that child must have injuries. That is hospital bills, that's therapy, that's PTSD. That is a lot of emotions for that child to even have to manage at that age and deal with. That is affecting that child basically for the rest of her life, her self-image and everything else. What is that parent to do? Allow the law to deal with it? If the law is even going to do anything about it? Or do you take matters into your own hands? What do you do? Do you pull a law-abiding citizen? It put people in positions that they don't want to be in. For those who haven't or have not yet heard of or never heard of Law Abiding Citizen, it's a movie, you should check it out. It puts people in positions that they don't want to be in, where you have to take some drastic measures, maybe, that would even prevent you from living the kind of life that you would want to live going forward. Because why would I have to deal with my child being injured, maybe even suffer some brain damage or something because of other children or at the hands of other children, and then they get to go home to their parents good and jolly every night or every afternoon after school and live their best lives while your child suffers and you have to deal with your child suffering and deal with your pain and your child's pain, mentally and emotionally and physically. I'm concerned. Nobody is telling me anything. Y'all just got me here rambling. They beat up the woman child, gang her. She was on the ground and you're kicking her still in her head, in her face, in her chest. What is that child to do going forward? What is that parent supposed to do? How do we handle that when you're basically in a society that does not serve justice as it probably should be served? Where do we go? Where do we go? Nobody. Okay. Guess I gotta go consult elsewhere. Because you guys ain't telling me nothing. I'm confused. Is it the school system? Is it the first time that these girls have been up to these things? Have they been in trouble before? Have their parents been involved? Has this child made complaints against these girls before? What did the school do? Did she tell her parents she was being bullied? Did her parents take steps to address it? So many unanswered questions. But where do we go from there? I really don't know. No, Nobody's telling me. Nobody's advising me. I came to you guys for help, and nobody's helping me. Nobody's saying anything. None of you guys are saying anything. 3 persons on the live, and nobody's saying anything. Do you guys need to see the video? Maybe that will help, so you know or have a better understanding as to what I'm talking about. Yes, no? Or am I being too nosy and being too of a concerned citizen? Because listen, for all those who have children, it could happen to any one of them. And then when our children are affected, families are affected, societies become affected, and it's a rippling effect. And it only goes downhill from there. So, where do we go? What do we do? Who do we blame? What do we do to the girls that beat up the other classmate? Tough and hard questions. But I believe if it affects them, it ultimately affects us. In one way or the other. That's just my thought. That is just my thought. My thought. That is just my thought. My thought. Okay, it's 1 hour, 4 minutes, 53, 54, 55, 56 seconds, 58, 59. 1 hour, 5 minutes. I finished making dinner. You guys ain't talking to me. I feel like I'm talking to myself. So I think I'm gonna go leave you guys. That's dinner. We have some tofu and chana and some veggies. Just something light to keep the worms at bay until morning. I'm not gonna eat. That's how hubby when he comes in. Don't mind these dots. Somebody advised me to put toothpaste on my pimples instead of playing with them, and then I end up getting marks on my face. So yeah, hope that you guys are well. Since y'all not talking to me, got me doing all the talking. I'm just gonna end the video now. I'm gonna make it public, but I'm just concerned. How do we deal and maneuver around such a situation? But anyway, big up on yourself. Tomorrow is Friday, TGIF. Some of us might say it's the weekend. Thank God for the Sabbath. Don't have to work. Oh, I have some clothes in the washer. It should be finished by now. I'm gonna throw it in the dryer. I'm gonna throw that in the dryer. Yes, let me go throw that in the dryer. It should be just about 9. No, it's about 8:30 now. Yeah, 8:23. It was a good day. Work was good. Tomorrow's another day. Another chance to be good, be great, and make a positive impact in someone's life. First of all, be a positive impact to your own life. Remember that God loves you when no one else does. He sure does. And he's got you. Things may be a little rough right now, in one way or the other. But I'll tell you this, try God. Because when man fails, he never does, he never will. He never has. And he's never going to. So, Try him. If you haven't before, try him. If you have before and now you know, try him again. At the end of the day, it's night. You guys have a good night. Have a good Friday tomorrow. Take care. Sleep well. Say your prayers. Say your prayers. Thank God for the blessings of the day. Ask him to protect you through the night while you sleep. While you sleep. Hey, Rose. Just about wrapping up. I've been here for the last hour and 8 minutes, so you just reach. What's happening? You had a good day? Hit the like button since you're now here. You can at least do that. I just cooked some dinner. Some chana, curry chana and tofu and some veg. I was just discussing a video I saw online. I think it's at a school in Trinidad, where like 4 to 5 young ladies were just ganging up on one of them, and it kind of disturbed me. Yeah, I had mixed emotions, so I was trying to get some explanation, advice, some clarity, something as to why children believe, because they're not more than maybe 13, 14 for a second, third form at the most. They just gang up on a child, beat her down to the floor, and then start kicking her in she head and she belly and stuff like that. So I was just saying, where did children get the idea that these things, and especially females, when I went to school, girls didn't fight like that. You would have maybe a girl and a girl, one girl and one girl against each other, but this whole ganging up thing, it's getting, you're seeing more and more of it. And then it comes with consequences and repercussions. How does a parent deal with that, to watch that, to see how these children beat up your child, kick in your head and all these things? How does the child move forward dealing with that in terms of self-image and all of these things? I don't know. That video hurt me bad. I'll probably send it to you. I'm not sure if I did, but I'll send you the clip once I get off here. It's ridiculous. So I was just concerned. I came live. Yeah, they're getting out of hand. The child on the ground, and it's like 4 of them stomping on her. 4 or 5 of them stomping on her. And she just lay down there, and you could see she like bawling. They could cause that child some brain injury and all sort of thing. I got nieces and I got nephews that go to school or will be going to school. I pray God nothing like that. I would wish that on my worst enemy. Known or unknown. That is ridiculous. If you and I have a problem, if you can't talk it out, leave it alone. Or a one-on-one. But 4 and 5 on 1, that's advantageous. That is not fair. Matter of fact, you're a punk. You got enough chat. You could only fight with people. Why you don't fight by yourself? I mean, you shouldn't be fighting at all, but give her a fair chance to whoop your behind. But not 4 and 5 of y'all at one time. That shows you're a weakling. Exactly. Or don't fight. But if it has, well, not like it has to come to that, but you're gonna gang up on her, why not approach her on your own? You're a punk, you're a loser, you're weak. You're wicked, you're a bad mind. And every other bad word that I can't say and wouldn't say. Maybe a decade ago I would have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a parent, how do you navigate that space? And have to deal with your child dealing with something like that. That video hurt me and it's not my picnic. She's not related to me in no way. She's not related to me in any way. That thing burned me to my core. That thing burned me to my core. As a parent, and I see that video and there's my child, it ain't even my child. It ain't even my picnic. What do? Do I leave it in the hands of the law? And if it's Trinidad, that's a different story. Do I leave it in the hands of the school? But how do you do that as a parent? Do you take the approach of law-abiding citizen and everybody pay for what they do? I don't know. Do you ask God to forgive them and you deal with your child? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to know either. I don't want to know. 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 I have nieces. I have cousins. I have relatives. I have friends that have kids that I care deeply for. That is not a position I pray God that any of them have to face at any given time. Any of them, none of them, any. I'm going to have a seat. I've been standing for the longest while. I'm not as young as I used to be. Let me put this down a little bit. I could probably take this phone off of this. Yes, I'll do that. Put it on the other thing. What's my battery saying? 56%. Okay, you're good. Because the last time I was on a live, next thing I knew, the battery was dead. Phone cut off and I didn't even know. Phone cut off and I did not even know. Where's my stand? Put you guys on that. Okay, I'm gonna take a seat. Yeah, no problem. You can call me later. I'm here. Well, I was coming off just when you came on, so some 10 minutes ago. But thanks for joining. Chat to you in a bit. I'm gonna get off of this just about now. So just about now. Yeah. Yeah, folks, as I was saying, that's just my dilemma for the afternoon. I was just thrown out of whack. I don't know what to think and how to process that. So I was hoping that you folks would help me out, but y'all didn't. Y'all did not. So as parents, you just got to navigate so many things and having to deal with your children and And that's the thing. These children, I would really want to know what homes they come from. I would like to know what their home environment looks like. Because I couldn't dare go home and tell me mother I beat up no child. Or no school calling my mother for tell she say I was in no gang fight or beat up and beat up another child. I couldn't do that. I couldn't let school, well, my mom passed away before just about first form, so for my rest of secondary school, I couldn't let no teacher have to call any of my aunts for tell them say I was involved in a gang fight, beat up a child with some others. Excuse me? Who? Different times we're living in. Praise the Lord for ginger tea. Different times we live in dread. I couldn't dare. No parent or nobody ever had to go to school for me for nothing, and I thank God for that. I think I'll do this here over tomorrow afternoon when I finish work. I'll do this over, do something else with the front. I got the back crochet. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But like I said, parents, teach your children to be good, to be kind to others, because you don't know the homes that some of these children are coming from and what they're experiencing one way or the other. But when you're violent and you're wicked and you're bad mind and you're whatever you want to call it to other people and even adults, you don't know what people are going through. You might be the straw that break the camel back. You might be the straw that breaks the camel back, and you don't want that. People are unaliving themselves because they're under pressure for many things. They don't have jobs, steady income, their children are, well, not for, well, that's children, but their whole financial, social situation, relationship is not as they would have expected it and stuff like that. You don't want to push people to the breaking point. In any way or form. That will just be my 2 cents. I'll leave it there. You guys have a great night. Tomorrow is Friday again. Remember to be good, be kind, and be true. Don't test people, because they might fail. You understand? All you have a good night. Sleep good. Tomorrow is Friday, TGIF, some would say. Have a good night. And all you take care and be blessed. Until next time.